You found a yellow leaf on your plant, your stomach dropped a little, and now you're wondering if you're somehow killing it. Again, you're not. But something is wrong, and in the next 10 minutes you're going to know exactly what it is and exactly how to fix it. Yellow leaves are not a single problem, they are a symptom, and depending on which problem is causing them, the solution is completely different. Water the wrong one and you'll make it worse. Fertilize at the wrong moment and you'll lose the plant entirely. We're going through every major cause, one by one. By the end, you'll know exactly which one you're dealing with. Let's start with the most common one. Problem 1. Overwatering. This is the #1 killer of houseplants worldwide, and it's almost never what people think it is. Overwatering doesn't mean you watered today. It means the roots have been sitting in wet soil long enough that they've started to suffocate. Roots need oxygen. Waterlogged soil has none. The roots begin to rot, can no longer absorb water or nutrients, and the leaves, starved, turn yellow. How to diagnose it? Yellowing leaves that feel soft and limp, not crispy. Soil that stays wet for more than 10 days. A pot that feels heavy. Possibly a musty smell from the soil. Lower leaves usually go first. The soil tells you everything. Push your finger 1 inch into the soil. If it's still wet, do not water. If it's dry at 1 inch, check 2 inches down. Most tropical houseplants want to dry out partially between waterings. Not completely, not never. The fix: stop watering immediately. Remove the plant from its pot and inspect the roots. Trim off any brown, mushy roots with clean scissors. Let the root ball air out for 30 minutes. Repot into fresh, dry, well-draining soil. Hold off watering for at least 5 to 7 days. If more than 50% of the roots are rotten, the plant may not recover, but try anyway. How to avoid it? Water on a schedule that responds to the soil, not the calendar. Check moisture with your finger before every single watering. Choose pots with drainage holes. Always. Never let a plant sit in standing water in a saucer for more than 30 minutes. That's the most common one, but here's where people get confused. The next cause looks almost identical, and the fix is the complete opposite. Quick pause. If your plant has been doing exactly this and you've been blaming yourself, you're not alone, and you're not a bad plant parent. These things happen to everyone. If this breakdown is helping, subscribe. Every week this channel publishes one complete plant care guide, the kind of thing that actually saves your plants. And drop a comment right now telling me which of your plants is showing yellow leaves. I read every single one. Now, problem 2. Problem 2, underwatering. The leaves are yellow, the soil is bone dry, the plant is trying to tell you it's thirsty, and it's been trying for a while. When a plant doesn't get enough water, it can no longer move nutrients from the roots to the leaves. Chlorophyll, the green pigment, breaks down. Yellow is what's left. How to diagnose it? Yellowing leaves that feel dry, papery, or crispy at the edges. Soil that is completely dry more than 1 inch down. The pot feels very light when lifted. Leaves may also be curling inward or drooping. Lower and outer leaves usually go first. The fix here sounds obvious, but the method matters. Water thoroughly, not just a splash on top. Take the plant to a sink and water slowly until it drains freely from the bottom. This ensures the entire root ball gets moisture, not just the top inch. For severely dehydrated plants, soak the pot in a basin of water for 20 to 30 minutes so the roots can absorb from the bottom up. Repeat if the soil is so dry it's pulling away from the pot edges. How to avoid it? Check your plants every 3 to 4 days rather than watering on a fixed schedule. Use a moisture meter if you tend to forget. They cost around $10 and remove all the guesswork. Better to check too often than too rarely. Watering problems are fixable. The next cause is sneakier. It's invisible, and most people never think to check it. Problem 3. Light problems? Too little or too much. Light is how plants make food. Without enough of it, a plant cannot produce the energy it needs to keep all its leaves alive. The oldest leaves go first. They get sacrificed to keep the new growth going. With too much direct light, the cells in the leaves get scorched and die. Both show up as yellow. The difference is in the pattern. Too little light, overall pale yellowing starting with lower and inner leaves. The plant may also be leggy and stretching toward the window. Too much direct sun, yellowing with bleached or brown patches, often on the side of the plant facing the light. Leaves may feel dry and papery despite adequate watering. The fix: too little light. Move the plant closer to a window or to a brighter room. Most tropical houseplants want to be within 5 feet of a window. If natural light is genuinely limited, a grow light on a 12-hour cycle will solve it. Too much direct sun: move the plant back from the window or filter the light with a sheer curtain. Acclimate slowly. A plant that's been in low light cannot go straight into full sun without burning. How to avoid it: learn what light your specific plant needs before you place it. Indirect bright light means near a window, but not in direct sunbeams. Direct sun means the sun hits the leaves. These are not the same thing. Check where the sun falls in your space at different times of day before committing to a spot. Rotating your plant a quarter turn every 2 weeks helps it grow evenly and prevents one side from being chronically over or underlit. This single habit prevents a lot of yellowing. Light is fixed in a minute. The next one takes a little more detective work, and it's the one people throw money at without solving. Problem 4. Nutrient deficiency. Plants growing in pots are entirely dependent on you for nutrients. Over time, especially in the same soil for more than a year, the available nutrients get depleted. The most common deficiencies in houseplants are nitrogen, iron, and magnesium. Each one shows up differently, and knowing the pattern tells you exactly what's missing. Nitrogen deficiency: uniform yellowing of older, lower leaves. The whole leaf goes yellow. The plant may look generally pale. Iron or magnesium deficiency: yellowing between the leaf veins while the veins themselves stay green. This is called interveinal chlorosis. New leaves affected first often points to iron. Older leaves first often points to magnesium. The fix: for general deficiency, begin a balanced liquid fertilizer, a 10-10-10 or similar, every 2 weeks during the growing season from spring through summer. For iron or magnesium specifically, use a fertilizer that contains chelated iron and magnesium, or add a small amount of Epsom salt, 1 teaspoon per gallon of water, as a magnesium supplement. Do not over-fertilize. More is not better. It causes its own yellowing, which is the next problem on this list. How to avoid it: fertilize regularly from March through September. Stop or reduce fertilizing in fall and winter when growth slows. Repot every 1 to 2 years with fresh potting mix. Fresh soil restores a lot of nutrients on its own. Never fertilize a stressed or recently repotted plant. Nutrients fixed. Now the cause that looks exactly like deficiency but needs the exact opposite treatment. Problem 5. Over-fertilizing and salt buildup. More fertilizer does not mean more growth. It means more salt in the soil. Fertilizers are salts. When they accumulate, so from over-fertilizing or from tap water minerals over time, they draw moisture out of the roots instead of in. The plant is surrounded by nutrients it cannot absorb. The result is yellow leaf tips, brown edges, and a plant that looks like it's dehydrated even though you're watering it normally. How to diagnose it: yellow or brown tips and edges, often with a crispy texture. White crusty deposits visible on the soil surface or pot rim. Yellowing that gets worse after fertilizing. No improvement despite correct watering. The fix: flush the soil. Take the pot to a sink and run water through it slowly for 3 to 5 minutes, enough to wash the accumulated salts out through the drainage holes. Do this once a month if you fertilize regularly, or whenever you see white crusting. Hold off fertilizing for at least 4 weeks after flushing. If buildup is severe, repot into fresh soil entirely. How to avoid it: fertilize at half the recommended dose. The instructions on fertilizer bottles are often written for maximum commercial growth, not for typical houseplant conditions. Half strength every 2 weeks is safer and equally effective for most plants. Use filtered or rainwater if your tap water is very hard. Salt buildup sorted. 2 more to go, and one of them is living in your soil right now without you knowing. Problem 6. Pests. Some of the most common houseplant pests are invisible to the naked eye until the damage is already done. Spider mites, fungus gnats, mealybugs, and scale insects all feed on plant tissue in different ways, and all can cause yellowing leaves as a symptom. How to diagnose it: spider mites, fine webbing on leaves, tiny yellow speckles across the leaf surface. Leaves may feel gritty. Fungus gnats, small flies hovering around soil. Larvae damage roots causing general yellowing and wilting. Mealybugs, white cottony clusters in leaf joints, sticky residue on leaves. Scale, brown waxy bumps on stems, yellowing and leaf drop. Always check the undersides of leaves first. That's where most pests hide. The fix: spider mites. Isolate the plant immediately. Wipe leaves with a damp cloth, then spray with a diluted neem oil solution. 2 teaspoons neem oil, a few drops of dish soap per quart of water. Repeat every 5 days for 3 weeks. Fungus gnats. Let the soil dry out fully between waterings. The larvae need moist soil to survive. Yellow sticky traps catch the adults. A layer of coarse sand on top of the soil blocks egg laying. Mealybugs and scale. Dab individual insects with a cotton swab soaked in 70% isopropyl alcohol. Spray the whole plant with neem oil solution weekly until clear. How to avoid it? Inspect new plants before bringing them inside. Always. Check leaf undersides every 2 weeks as part of your regular plant care routine. Quarantine any new purchase for 2 weeks before placing it near other plants. Good airflow around plants also reduces pest pressure significantly. One important note on neem oil: apply it in the evening or away from direct sunlight. It can burn leaves if applied in bright light. Always test on one leaf first and wait 24 hours before treating the whole plant. Pests handled. The last cause is the only one that is completely natural, and once you understand it, it will never worry you again. Problem 7. Natural aging. Not every yellow leaf is a crisis. Plants shed old leaves. It's normal. It's healthy. A plant that is actively growing will naturally retire its oldest, lowest leaves to redirect energy toward new growth. 1 or 2 yellow leaves on the lower part of an otherwise healthy growing plant is not a problem. It is a sign the plant is working exactly as it should. How to diagnose it? 1 or 2 leaves yellowing on the very lowest part of the plant. The rest of the plant looks healthy. New growth visible at the top. No soft soil, no pests, no crispy edges, no webbing. Just a quiet, peaceful yellow leaf at the bottom. The fix: remove the yellow leaf cleanly at the base of the stem. No treatment needed. Simply make sure your overall care, watering, light, fertilizing, is on track, and let the plant do what plants do. How to avoid worrying about it? Learn your plant's normal rate of leaf turnover. Most houseplants shed 1 to 2 lower leaves per month during the growing season. If you're losing more than that, something else is contributing. Revisit the causes above. If it's just one, breathe. You're doing fine. 7 causes. Here's the complete picture. Overwatering, soft yellow leaves, wet soil, mushy roots, stop watering, repot. Underwatering, dry, crispy yellow leaves, bone-dry soil, soak thoroughly. Light problems, pale overall yellowing or sun-bleached patches, move or filter. Nutrient deficiency, uniform pale yellowing or green-veined yellow, fertilize correctly. Salt buildup, yellow tips and edges, white crust on soil, flush the pot. Pests, speckling, webbing, sticky residue, isolate, treat, repeat. Natural aging, 1 quiet lower leaf, remove it and carry on. That card is on screen long enough to screenshot. Do it now if you want it. Here's what I want you to do. In the comments, tell me which problem matches your plant right now. Describe the leaf, describe the soil, tell me what's going on. I read every comment, and I use them to plan exactly what to make next. If this video helped you figure out what's wrong, subscribe. Every week I publish 1 complete plant care guide like this one. Real problems, real solutions, no filler. And if you have a friend who keeps killing their plants, send them this video. It might actually save a few. Next up, root rot. Every type, every fix completely explained. That video is right here.